Okay, I am so glad that you asked, because especially somebody who has a presence on TikTok, some of the things that I see on TikTok scare me. I'm like, what are you guys teaching people? And I guess that's a really helpful thing that I've learned, is like, just because somebody is part of the spiritual community doesn't mean you should necessarily trust what they have to say. And that's part of the reason why I was like, yeah, get different opinions and then take everything with a grain of salt and decide what feels right for you. Um, One huge thing I've seen, like twin flames and just love in general. Everybody is going crazy about like twin flames and like, oh, I want him to come back, and like love readings and all these things. I feel like more often than not, a lot of those things are actually tests for people's intuition. Like, it's almost testing your ego, your intuition. Like, okay, should you really be worried about that? One thing that a client actually told me today, or I've actually been getting this a lot lately from my clients, they've been asking for love readings, and I always give people disclaimers before I give my love readings, because I'm like, I do not do your typical love reading. I am not going to give you a rainbow unicorn, your Prince Charming is coming tomorrow. Like, that is not how my guides operate. They would that's just never how it works. So I always warn people, I'm like, when I do my readings, they're always focused around healing. And I think that's the super important part that people should keep in mind as they're going through their spiritual journey, is like, your spiritual journey or your life is about you. And I think, again, everybody kind of like reaches for those outside parts, like, oh, my twin flame. Twin flames are a lot less about being romantic and ending up with that person, and a lot more about healing yourself and understanding yourself and what you have to work on and who you are as a person. There's so many. I want to get out as many as possible, because there are so many like misconceptions and like crazy things out there. Manifestation is a huge one. There's this idea that we are able to just manifest anything that we want. And I truly believe that that is true. But at the same time, should you? And learning discernment is a huge part of that. Just because you can do something doesn't mean that you should do something. And that goes with like spiritual TikTok, witch talk, when people are casting spells on people. If you have to cast a spell on somebody, if you have to manifest somebody into your life and it's not natural, you're going to have to use that constantly. And that is draining for your energy. Instead, I always think it's better for people to just focus on themselves and let that love, like that radiation, kind of just blossom, and they're automatically going to attract whatever it is that they want, instead of like seeking things out of like desperation and needing validation. Like that inner self, like that always kind of prevails. Discernment, when it comes to discernment, not every For You page reading is for you. A lot of people will get certain things and they'll be like, oh, it's a sign. And I truly believe that there aren't any such thing as coincidences. But some of those things that come to us as like messages are actually meant to be tests for our intuition. Like, so if you see something that comes across like your For You page and it's like, oh, this person's coming back, and you're like, oh, wait, why? Some of those things are just what you want to hear as bait to see if you're going to stay on that same wave, or if you're going to kind of use your intuition, use your better judgment to kind of like go past that.